Back to Steiny and Guru, live from Chase Center on 95.7 The Game.
All right, Matt Steinman, Style, the Guru Johnson with you, and we're joined by Brandin Podziemski. He's the Warriors rookie out of Santa Clara. And listen, we're a big-time show here in the Bay Area, Brandin, and I'll just tell you right off the bat, we were talking briefly. You have become one of my favorite players. While Guru probably is not a big fan of you, because I asked Brandin what he likes most, and he said, I love passing the ball.
Please, dude.
So he says passing the ball. I like you, because I think passers can play with anybody. Guru's more of a one-on-one. I need guys who can get my shot off.
Now,
so.
I just told Brandin during the break, I feel like I know him because I've seen him play like 6-7 times with my son being team manager at Santa Clara. I mean, how surreal is it that you're in Golden State after playing at Santa Clara?
Yeah, it's definitely helped me with just getting accustomed to where I am. Obviously, Santa Clara is only like 40 minutes from here, so just being able to see people that I want to see, that I'm accustomed to seeing, while learning new things about the city, I think it's been a big help for me in terms of like fitting in.
Where do you see yourself in terms of, an NBA player over the course of your career? There's a lot of positionless basketball, but tell the people out there who haven't seen you what you think your game's like.
Yeah, I think when it's all said and done, I think I could be an all-star a couple times. Coach compares me to Austin Reeves a lot, and just to see how he went undrafted, and now he just started for the Lakers, just got a big contract. So just kind of looking at him, I watch a lot of him, TJ McConnell from Indiana, just his scrappiness and stuff like that. So for me, just being an all-around player, doing what the team needs, kind of like a glue guy.
When I think of McConnell, I think of a guy who's more athletic than anybody really knows or thinks, much more quick than people think. Is that kind of the way you are with some sneaky athleticism, maybe even more?
And he doesn't necessarily have the vertical athleticism, but he figures it out, and I think that's kind of the same for me. You look at guys like Steph, not vertically the best, and he's figured it out. So just taking little pieces from everybody that I can.
Speaking of Steph, there's so many clips of him at a young age with his dad in the NBA. It was like his destiny to play ball. I was asking my son, tell me something about Brandin. He was like, yeah, he didn't play ball early on. When did you pick up the game of basketball?
Yeah, I picked it up in 8th grade. Was a baseball guy my whole life. Obviously, my dad played. Was really good, so everything he knew, he taught me. And I was destined to, go to college, maybe play pro ball and baseball, and then over time it got too slow for me, so I stopped playing, wanted to play basketball, played both for a little bit, introduced football to get me stronger. So I played all three at one point, and then since my senior year of high school, just been basketball.
I know you started at Illinois, and I was just thinking, okay, so you started Illinois, then you come to Santa Clara. Maybe you didn't know a lot about the Warriors when you came to the Bay, or maybe you even were a big fan. I don't know. But the point is you play 1 year at Santa Clara, and now you get drafted by this team. Like, what this team means to the Bay because you've been here, and what Steph and Clay and Draymond. I mean, has it sunk in that you're a teammate of Steph Curry's right now? And all three of those guys are going to be Hall of Famers. Yeah,
it's definitely special. Something that you don't take for granted. Now that we have actually a CP as well, so 4 guys that could be Hall of Famers. But yeah, I don't take it for granted. It's pretty surreal. I think it'll really hit me that I'm an NBA player tomorrow, just because it's the first game. But it's definitely been surreal the first couple months.
I mean, how do you walk that fine line of you must respect those guys, you must listen to those guys, and they are terrific, but you're on the same court as them, and you can do all those things, but try to prove yourself too. How do you walk that fine line?
Yeah, I think just being myself is what got me here. Obviously, every step of my journey I've been at, I've had players that have been better than me, and then it's my job to grow and improve to try to be better than them. So yeah, I respect them for what they do, but also have the utmost confidence in myself that when it's all done for them, that I can take the keys and run with it.
There was a video this offseason of you and Steph in the gym. It seemed like it was just you two working out. And I'm sitting there like, damn, what must he get from that? Like, can you just speak to how special that was? And what's that like for a youngster like yourself to come in the league and have not only, like he had mentioned, Steph as a teammate, but that knowledge getting sprinkled to you?
Yeah, I think, he's done a really good job since I got drafted of just, including me in everything that he can. It'd be workouts, anything of that nature, taking me places, just really taking me under his wing and teaching me little things about the game. Obviously, like I said earlier, he's not the best athlete, but he's really skilled, and I think I can become somewhat similar. Obviously, nowhere close to the shooting ability of him, but just taking things that have made him, a great player, but a great person, a great father, a great husband.
Everybody always asks when a player like you comes onto a team with legends, have you had a moment where you pinch yourself and you say you're here or wow, look at who I'm playing against. Have you had a moment yet though where you made a play or had a stretch and said, hey, I can play here?
Yeah, I think a couple weeks ago or maybe last week, NBA TV came and we scrimmaged. I played really well against Steph. I think me and him were trading buckets for a couple possessions in a row, and for me, I always feel like I belong, whether it's true or it's not.
Right.
I think so, and I think since Summer League, I've gotten a lot better, as seen in preseason. But for me, being around a bunch of old guys, I'm the young guy who just brings all the energy. You'll see it on the bench. You'll see it in the games when I play. So just keep the energy up in the locker room as much as I can, and hopefully it leads to a lot of wins.
See, just sitting here with you right now, and I haven't seen you play. I wouldn't think you're a high energy guy. You seem pretty mellow.
I think I turn it on and off. On the court, off the court. When I'm not playing basketball, I'm just a chill guy. Play video games a lot, sleep. But when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Wow. I'm not taking credit for this because I've seen it before. The Dub fans are going to see it. But one of your best facets to your game, to me, is your footwork. I see you offensively set guys up, go with your pace. Can you speak to that and how you've brought it with you to the league?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. One, my favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili. So I modeled my game after the start. When I started in 8th grade, I was a big man because I was taller for my grade. So I just learned all the footwork down there, playing in the post. That's why my touch around the rim is where it's at. And then each year I got older, I progressed into a guard, into a point guard. So just taking it from watching European basketball, being a big man, and then just continuously growing and watching other people do it before me.
When I was in 9th grade, that's when I realized I would never play in the NBA. When did you first realize you could?
Probably January 5th of this year.
What happened?
It was always a goal of mine. Just, obviously people have goals, but what's really real? I think January 5th we played Maxwell Lewis, who's now in the Lakers. Had like 27, 12, 5 against him, and a lot of scouts there, and see my name on some draft boards after that game, and then just kind of took it and ran with it the rest of that conference play and into the tournament season. And then, I had a really good pre-draft. Even some during the combine didn't even have me on boards, and then just kept working my way up through, individual workouts. That
must have given you some incentive, seeing your name there for the first time.
Yeah, it was really cool. I called my family and sent it to him, and I was super happy, but, you're never satisfied with that number, and you always want to be higher.
Can you speak to your experience in the Summer League? Because I feel like when I watched you in the Summer League, it's different than I watch you in the NBA preseason. Did you get that feel, or how was it, your first dose of NBA basketball was in, guys trying to get on, per se?
Yeah, I think my mindset was a little bit different than theirs. I think for me going into it, and I tell people all the time, I was going into Summer League trying to show Steve and the staff, like, okay, he can do this, this, and this that helps the team win, not necessarily in the Summer League, me doing my own thing and making myself look good. So that's why sometimes you saw me pass up shots to get other guys involved. And I think for me, it was just like, okay, I'm going to vision myself playing with Steph, Clay, and if I'm open, but they're open, I'm for sure going to swing the ball. So I think you kind of saw that in Summer League, and even a little bit in the preseason. I think I had some open shots I didn't take to make others better. But for me, and Coach makes a big emphasis on winning by the margins, and we were last in turnovers last year. So going into preseason, I'm looking at how can I make others better but keep the turnovers down. I think I had maybe one a game. I don't know how many assists I had, but just trying to win those margins and help me get on the floor.
Brandin, man, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Good luck to you. Have a great rookie season, and hopefully we can catch up with you again.
Appreciate you guys.
Take it easy.
All right, that's Brandin Podziemski, Warrior rookie out of Santa Clara.